there, and welcome back to another episode of Tag Tuesdays. Today's tag is Bookish Would You Rather. I've seen this a couple of times. All the questions and the links to the original will be down below as always, and let's just get right into it. The first question is, read only trilogies or standalones? I read a lot of series and a lot of trilogies, so I'm going to go with trilogies because I like when the story continues. Not every book should be 1,000 pages, and sometimes I feel like that's what standalones need. I do enjoy standalones, but I'm going to go with trilogies. 2. Read only female or male authors. I feel like there's a couple of trick questions in this Bookish Would You Rather, and this is one of them. My answer is obviously female authors. I do enjoy reading from the female perspective, and female authors write that much better than male authors, but a lot of my favorite books have been written by male authors, so... but female authors is the answer. Question 3. Shop at Chapters or Amazon? Originally this question said Barnes & Nobles, but we don't have those in Canada, so I have changed the questions to suit me. And this was a hard one because I like Amazon for the convenience. It's cheap, it's easy. I have Amazon Prime, so things come to my door within 2 days, which I really love. I buy a lot of things on Amazon. But you can't really replace the experience of walking into Chapters and browsing books. So I'm going to go with Chapters on this one. I love going there. It's so much fun. I went there today on the day that I shot this, and yeah, it's just a happy, warm place. Plus, it has Starbucks, so. Question 4. All books become movies or TV shows? The obvious answer for this one is TV shows. You have much more room to explore character development and plot points that movies sometimes have to cut out. I think that the medium of television is especially good for series. If you're talking about a standalone novel, sometimes I think you can get away with the movie, or if you're doing something like Lord of the Rings where they did it really well. And I'm talking about like the original, not The Hobbit. I did not really like The Hobbit. As many long-term Tolkien fans that grew up when the movies were first coming out for The Lord of the Rings, the whole entire White Orc arc, I didn't like it, and it was too long, and The Hobbit was one of my favorite books, so it just hurt me. So I would rather things become TV shows because they're much easier to love and hate. Question 5. Read either 5 pages a day or 5 books a week. Again, this is a pretty obvious answer. It's 5 books a week. I would love to be able to do 5 reviews a week and have time to read 5 books a week. Sometimes I do read 5 books a week, and those are really great weeks. So, 5 books a week. 6. Professional reviewer or author. Again, for this channel, I think that's a pretty obvious answer. Professional reviewer. I do reviews. I don't really have any interest right now in writing. Everyone and their dog are writing books, so I don't really feel like I have anything to add to the literary community. But I do enjoy reading, and I do enjoy reviewing and sharing my thoughts with you and people who don't want to hear my thoughts. Question 7. Read only your top 20 books over and over, or always read new books. So, if you've been following me for a while, you'll notice that I have not reread any books this year so far. In fact, it's been several years since I've reread any books. So I'm going to go with only read new books, because although rereading books is a lot of fun, and I do have a very large library that I can reread from, I do like reading new stories a lot. Typically, if I do decide to reread something, I have to at least let a decade go by, and a lot of my books have not reached that point yet. But there is a couple of rereads that are going to be coming up in the next few years that I really want to do, like the Warrior Heir series by Chima. Anyways, but yeah, that's that. Always read new books. Question 8. Be a librarian or a bookseller? Again, for me, this is a really easy answer. I would love to have been a librarian. I would like to be a librarian. I'm kind of contemplating doing my librarian assistance program that we have here in my community, because that's more of what I'm interested in instead of building a collection, which I do at home. But yeah, I'd rather be a librarian than a bookseller, because I feel like as a librarian you have much more opportunities to help people find things they need, plus the whole entire reference side of it I find very interesting, which you don't really get that at a bookstore. Question 9. Only read your favorite genre or everything but your favorite genre? And when I was thinking about this, I was like, I don't have a favorite genre anymore. But if we were talking a couple years ago, it definitely would have been fantasy. Right now, like, I've been reading a lot of adult fiction, I've been reading a lot of fantasy, I've been reading a lot of mysteries, and I love them all equally. So I'm gonna go with only read your favorite genre, because if I only had to read fantasy, that would still be great. There's a lot of great things in fantasy. And sometimes people even put fantasy and sci-fi together, which means you have even more books available to you. But yeah, it was a hard question. The final question is question 10, and that is only physical books or ebooks. If you've watched my last tag video, you'll know that I've been thinking about getting an e-reader, but by the size of my library, you know that the answer is only physical books. If I had to choose, I only read physical books now because I don't have an e-reader and I don't like reading on my laptop screen. I find it hurts my eyes, or my iPad, same problem. So yeah, that's all the questions. If you want to be tagged in this video, I tag you. Let me know if you've done it in the comment section below, because I would love to watch yours too. If you have any strong disagreements with things that I have said in this video, please let me know about that too. Or if you really like some of the things that I said, I'd like to know that as well. But that brings us to the end of this video, so if you've liked watching it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one.